So this is the video that's been heavily requested, so I wanted to quickly do a video on it for you beat sellers who want to know how to monetize your beats using Airbit. So this is my Airbit account. Now, we're not really bothered about the earnings or the plays or anything like this in today's video, because again, we're just talking about a very specific feature on Airbit, which, by the way, I have not been endorsed to say anything about. Airbit haven't paid me in any way. So this is very just straight, honest opinion on it. So you can make up your mind to yourself whether this will be beneficial to you as a beat seller. However, this is exactly what I use to make sure that people who download my beats for free are not distributing on other platforms to an extent, because when you download beats for free as a beat seller, you've got to have a way of being able to track, like, if they're using it free for non-profit use, because that is what I sell, like, beats for. Either you purchase a license on my store, or you download the beat for free, which comes with free for non-profit use terms, which is free on SoundCloud and YouTube. Now, it's very hard to police that because so many, like, millions of videos upload on YouTube every day, so you don't know if anyone's using your beats. However, Airbit is exactly the thing that you need to track that. So if you're someone who lets beats be downloaded for free for non-profit use, then this is the way that you can actually track them usages. So then when they come up, you can then police that and see whether they've also released it onto Spotify as well, because you're getting their artist name. So it's a very cool thing to do. Now, let's have a look kind of like what it looks like when you're actually on the actual bits. So we've got different things. We've got all our distributions. So this is all the beats I've uploaded onto Airbit. They just go into this column here. And then next thing we've got is the claims. Now this is where every single beat appears when it has been used on YouTube. It comes up in a section here. Now there's a couple of problems with Airbit monetization which require you to do a little bit of maintenance on this list. So for example, let's say someone's just come up and they've used my singer-songwriter guitar port by beat. This is quite an old beat that I uploaded years ago. So we click on the claim ID. Let's have a look. So a lot of the time you'll find actually that YouTube videos use it as background music. So they'll download it for free and they'll use it as like part of background music in a video. Now, what this looks like if someone decides to dispute that, if they've either purchased a license, is there will be a dispute that comes up on this page, which will be able to either accept the cancellation of the copyright or retain it. For me, a lot of the time I end up ignoring the disputes, because a lot of the time people think that because they download the beat free for non-profit use, they haven't actually read the terms, which could be a problem, but it's fine. But then in a lot of cases, what you find is some people have purchased a license, or if you're someone who uses splice samples, this is the big problem that I'm talking about, because this will also flag up beats of yours through splice samples. So I do get beat makers pop up on here time to time, but I do my best out of respect for the beat selling community to keep on top of that. So when a dispute comes up, I just remove it, and I don't even wait for the dispute. I always look through here, know which beats have samples on. So if I click on it, so this is one of my reposting channels, for example. So let's just say hypothetically this is another channel. Let's say someone used a beat on here. I would within like sort of like out of respect, I would be sure to remove that claim as soon as possible, because we're all trying to respect each other in the beat selling world. And this is why. This is the exact reason why, if you're someone who uploads beats onto YouTube and in the past you've had your beats flagged up by other producers for using the same sample, it's most likely because of Airbit. And this is the big downside to Airbit when you're on here. Now, a lot of you probably want to know the next section, which is the revenue. How much do you actually earn from policing and monetizing beats? Well, I'm going to show you, because now I've been doing this for 3 years. I've kind of got like a realistic expectation for someone who's uploaded 800 beats onto YouTube. I've had thousands of beat downloads. And this is kind of what it looks like. So all-time earnings, I've only earned $351.58. Thing you got to remember is YouTube doesn't pay a lot, and that's from 914,196 views. So if I see like a YouTube video, that's about right. And it's one of them things where you can't expect to earn a lot. And to be honest, someone did a very, very naughty thing, and they stole one of my beats, but I decided just to keep it up. I made a choice, and so that ended up being a very, very good payout. And I believe this person used the beat several times in their videos, and they never flagged it up, but they never purchased a license. So this one beat made a crazy amount for me. But as you see, like, most of the time you will find that certain beats will give you the biggest revenue share, and the rest of them, like this beat here, is maybe £1.29 from like people who have viewed it, like used it in their videos. And the other thing I find as well is most of the time, people who download beats free for non-profit use and then decide to release on YouTube, they're hobbyists. So they don't get normally over a couple hundred views anyway on YouTube. So this isn't, you don't do this for earning. You do this to try and have some sort of policing on your beats that you're allowed to be downloaded for free. I think this is great, really helps. Again, the only thing that I think is a downside is having to keep on top of this list here, and I haven't done it for a couple of days, so I'm gonna have to go through like all these pages. I mean, look, there's so many pages here, but I'm probably like mostly up to date on to page 4. Just keep an eye on it, and then if this is something that you think will work for you, go for it. The Airbits premium package is what you'll have to purchase to get this, and I think it's about $80 a year, something like that. But the beautiful thing about Airbit is if you upload enough beats on here, I kind of see it as like free, because a year, well, if we just look at the sales invite sites, let's just say just for this year alone. So bearing in mind that I've technically paid for this year, go to 31st, I've earned $1,060 this year. So not only have I paid for my Airbit monetization, it's also profiting. So it definitely is worth it, especially if you're keeping up to date with uploading beats onto Airbit as well. It could be a very good extra income as a beat maker. But yeah, guys, that is Airbit monetization. Let me know in the comments below if you like it, or if you think something like Artist Connect, is better. Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.